Everybody, I want to talk to you guys about getting ready to turn in your different objects. Okay, so at this point, I have my greenhouse complete. I have my habitation pod complete. I have my power pod, which is complete, and I also have my oxygen producing system, which is complete. So I'm ready to start producing images for each one of these and turn them in. So one of the first things that you need to do is you need to make sure that your labels are correct. So that when you export these, they come out with like a label. So we're going to right click down here and say rename. And this is my oxygen plants. Okay, make oxygen using electrolysis. Then I have my power pod that's already labeled. I have my habitation pod, which might be in this, right here. And then I have my greenhouse. So all of those are labeled. They're ready to go. The next thing I need to check is, do I have color on these things? Do I have enough detail on these things? And are all of my sketches and planes and everything else turned off, right? So here we can see that I still have some planes on. I still have my origin on, so I can turn all that off. I do have different colors, details. The thing that I really don't want to see, honestly, is like that default blue color on every single part. Like we should definitely be changing the colors of things. We should be adding details throughout. So just take a look at your different pieces. And again, make sure that like your origin, your planes are off. Make sure all your sketches are turned off as you go through. Here, for instance, we can see that I have this sketch coming up above my origin. We can also still see all my planes, so I'm going to turn all of that off. We can see sketch 5 is this sketch right here. That's that middle plane, so I'm going to turn that sketch off, and now that's ready to be turned in. Then my oxygen plant, for some of my sweeps, I have like some sketches still turned on here. So I need to go down through. You'll notice that most of my sketches are gray on the sidebar, but sketch 8 is not. And when I hover over it, you can see that that's there. So I'm going to turn the visibility off on that. And I think that I'm pretty well set up at this point. So, time to export. Again, find your most detailed view. I think in this particular one, maybe it is kind of hard to tell. I got lots of stuff going on and lots of views. Let's say this one here, though. Okay, I can't see my axis hatch, but I can see a lot of the other stuff. So I'm going to come up. I'm going to say print. I'm going to make sure it fits in the box. I'm going to say download image. Now notice, because I've named this oxygen plant, now this is called oxygen plant. If you didn't have this thing then named, then you could say show in folder. And then we could right click over here and say rename. And again, you could name this thing oxygen plant or whatever it's going to be. Okay, please name your different pieces so I know what it is when I look at them. PowerPod, I'm going to go through the same process. I'm going to print. I'm going to fit. I'm going to download my image. For my greenhouse, again, same thing, print, get my image fit, download that, and then lastly, not that habitation pod, but this habitation pod, go to again, we want to find the area with the most detail, and we're going to come down and say print, fit it, download that image too. So now we can see that I have my habitation pod, my greenhouse, my power pod, and my oxygen plant. All of them are named. So I can now just go into Classroom and attach these to the assignments to be turned in later on. Okay? If you have any questions on this, feel free to reach out to me. Again, I am expecting different colors. I'm expecting a lot of detail. I'm expecting something to come to me with some like thought gone into it. All right, so if you have questions about that, let me know.